Well, here we go again. I was thinking for a post-Halloween video, Yeah. I could, I'm sure people wanted me, expect me to review another film from this company. But I just didn't have the stomach to do it, because there was other films I wanted to review for Halloween month, I did. But you know what? I was like, hey, for post Halloween, after Halloween, I'll just figure just give it to you, So back to reviewing another film from A24. I've said this countless times about how I feel about this company. I've said this countless times, over and over again. When it comes to the horror films, it's so overly praised, overrated, because they get all the praise up the ass, Oh, it's the best horror film of the year, 5 stars. So suspenseful, it's creepy and invigorating, whatever, No. Okay, every horror film that I've reviewed from A24 is nothing but just overrated, bunch of regurgitated crap, bucket of vomit, whatever the term is, okay? Whatever terms I use, it's disgusting to me, okay? The worst films are still Hereditary and Midsommar. To me, for A24, nothing can top those two overrated sacks of shit. Okay? I never get the praise for those. I don't. Hereditary, kid wearing the Burger King crown. That's how laughable it was. Midsommar, it's basically a ripoff. It's basically a ripoff of The Wicker Man, which makes the 2006 remake of The Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage look like a masterpiece compared to that. I hate those two films to death. I don't. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I do. Did I say don't? I meant I do. Other ones, like I said, Lamb with the laughable movie with the kid with the lamb head. It Comes a Night, Killing the Sacred Deer, the Witch Bitch, The Lighthouse. I said the Midsommar, Hereditary. Beau is Afraid. That was freaking craptastic. I'm probably sure. Men X. I don't give a shit about the prequel Pearl. I don't give a shit about that. What else? What else from A24? Was I there? Review there? Oh, Tusk from Kevin Smith. But it's all the horror films they've done is, I mean, even The Green Knight, which is not horror though, but it's fantasy based on a poem. I wasn't a big fan of that movie either. But the thing is, other than their horror films, when they do stuff that's like, okay, I said before, I enjoy The Disaster Artist. I love Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler. I even enjoyed from last year. I even enjoyed The Iron Claw, the biopic drama movie with Zac Efron, but the wrestling brothers, Other than the fact they left out one brother though, but still, I enjoy The Iron Claw. So yeah, The Iron Claw, The Disaster Artist, Uncut Gems. To me, pretty much, I think Uncut Gems is my favorite film. Is pretty much my favorite film from A24. When they don't do this, when they don't do horror, it's funny that I enjoy those movies that are not horror. Disaster Artist, Uncut Gems, Iron Claw. I enjoy those. I just keep saying a whole bunch of times, countless again, stop producing or buying horror films from this company, just stop it, alright? And here's another prime example. Another one. And at least, thank God, this film did not get praise at all, like all the other ones did. Thank God. But I ain't saying much either. I'm 5 minutes in, talking about the film. It's called The Front Room. The Front Room, it stars Brandy. Yeah, Brandy. I mean, it's like, after this film, I feel like I want to drink some brandy, which I'm not a drinker at all. I don't drink at all. I'm not. This is my type of brandy right here. I'll take a drink to this. This is my brandy. But brandy, I was like, really? Brandy? From I Still Know What You Did Last Summer? Because I don't remember jack squat about everything she's done after that, you know? I really don't. I know she's a singer. I don't give a shit about if she's a singer or not, okay? I haven't heard jack squat from her since I Still Know What You Did Last Summer up until now. I didn't think I never thought she still had work until I saw this. Really? Jeez. But regardless of that, though, I mean, Brandy, and the freaking directors, I think it's directed by the Eggers brothers, which I think, yes, I think they are the brothers. They're called the Eggers brothers, but I think they're also the two brothers of. There are two brothers, but there's another brother that's also not. There's three of them, I think. The two of them directed this film. On. Sam Eggers and Max Eggers. They not only they direct this film, but they also wrote the movie as well. But they're also the brothers of another director that also directed freaking A24 movies. That is of Robert Eggers, I think. Yes. He's the one who directed The Lighthouse and The Witch. And that he's also directing the upcoming that's not A24 though, but still he's also directing the upcoming one of the remake of Nosferatu, which I don't give a shit to watch. But Robert Eggers, yes. The director of The Lighthouse and The Witch and the upcoming Nosferatu movie. So, the two brothers of this movie, they're the brothers of that director. I'm like, all three of you brothers, stop making movies from freaking A24, please. Stop it. Stay away. As does the same for freaking director Ari Aster, who directed Midsommar, Beau is Afraid, and Hereditary. All you directors, get out of A24, please. Christ almighty, man. Jeez. What makes this company so goddamn special, you know? I don't. Why don't you guys go make comedies or dramas like Uncut Gems or Ironclad Disaster Artists? You do a whole lot better. Get the hell out of horror movies, please. All you directors. But these two brothers, yes, they directed this film and they wrote the movie as well. The film, okay. And yes, the praise, this film did not get the praise at all. Thank God, please. Thank God. This has a 4.7 on IMDb and has a 42% on Rotten Tomatoes. So this film did not get the praise like those other horror films did. Thank God. And the film didn't do jack squat at the box office either. It made about $3 million. So the film didn't do jack shit. And I think it debuted at number 10 as well, because it opened the same weekend as Beetlejuice. I think that was the reason why. Yeah. Which, yes, of course, I would obviously watch Beetlejuice over this. Yes, I would, okay? But I ranted on Beetlejuice, so you can check that out, though. But, yes, if I were to pick, yes, I'd rather pick Beetlejuice over The Front Room, okay? I'd rather pick Michael Keaton over Brandy. But anyway, all that aside, okay. The film is boring. You know, like most of these A24 movies. They're boring. And, you know, like, boring as sin. That's what it is. And the film must be meant to be depicted as a supernatural movie. For what I saw from the trailer. Because when I saw the trailer, I thought this was going to be almost like a remake of Rosemary's Baby. That's what I thought. When I first saw the trailers of this, I thought it was gonna be like a remake of Rosemary's Baby, you know, because with the lady doing like the ritual and the whole. I thought it was gonna be like some satanic thing like they did in Rosemary's Baby. It's not. It wasn't like that at all. It wasn't. So yeah, it was. Yeah, it completely fooled me. Yes. But still, it doesn't matter. The film was a boring movie anyway. Okay, so get into the story. Brandy, she's with an anthropology professor, which, I'm sorry, for Brandy, I don't buy her as this at all. I don't. I don't buy her as some anthropology professor. I don't. She gets crap at work. I think the receptionist gives her shit, you know, and she quits. She's pregnant, but this is her second pregnancy. Her first one failed. It died. So this is her second pregnancy. She's pregnant with a baby girl, and her husband. Yes, that's one thing this film has to throw in though with the PC stuff though. Which I mean, no, it doesn't matter. But in the film, her husband is white. To me, there's nothing wrong with that. I've seen a lot. I've seen whether film or real life. You know, white guys can marry black women or vice versa. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. There isn't. But it's just some of the stuff that plays in though. Just they gotta throw this whole racism stuff, like, you know, which I'll get into though, because that's some films nowadays. They have to put in PC stuff and everything now, which I'm so goddamn sick and tired of. But yeah, but her husband's white. Okay, like I said, nothing wrong with that. But her husband, he is such a loser, and a jack off as well. No, he isn't jack off. I'm saying he's just a that's the term I'll call him, a jack off. He's a jack off and he's a loser. I mean, this guy is such a wimp. That's what he is. If it's like you sneeze on him, he would just fall over. Okay, and not only that, he's also a tool as well. A tool because okay, there's a scene where because the failed pregnancy the first time, right? Because the baby's heart stopped beating, and Brandy's asking her husband's like, what if this time the heart starts beat her heart stops beating. He's saying this. It's a serious question. What if the second baby's heart starts beating, right? She's asking him this, and when he goes and says, "Oh, I love you, honey," I'm like, hey, you jack off. That's not the question she's asking for, okay? She wasn't asking you that question. She's asking you, what if the baby's heart stops beating? You go and says, "Oh, I love you, honey." I'm like, you're a jack off and you're a tool as well. And let alone you're a wimp, a sissy as well. All the name of the book I guess all the names I described to this guy, you know. Oh, I love you, honey. That what she was asking for, okay? And so then he has his dad died, right? He gets the sad news that his dad died, and he gets such an emotionless response, you know, to his wife when his dad is like, "My dad's dead. My dad's dead." That's basically what he gives it, from what I see, okay? He's just really like, blank, you know, wooden. "My dad's dead." My God, man, I hate it. It's not the actor's fault. It's not. It's how they wrote this character. It made him such a blank wooden sissy tool jack off every which way to Sunday. It's not the actor's fault, okay? It's that they wrote these two Eggers brothers wrote this character. So they want to have the plan to bring his stepmom to move in with them. Now, problem number one. This guy. Oh, by the way, his name, her husband, Brandy's husband's name, is Norman. Get it? Because that's one thing is because his mother, bring his mother Norman. Are you trying to do your nod to Psycho, Norman Bates? If you did, you failed. So, but he wants to bring his stepmom to move in with them, and he describes his stepmom as this horrible person that he knew for a lot of years. That she was a horrible stepmother. She's sometimes he describes her as evil, and then of course that stupidity gets reverted back later on. This guy's stupidity. I'm like, yeah, you describe yourself. You describe that she's this horrible person, evil person, you know. And so they wanted to bring her to move her in, and although at first I think they wanted to have to take the upstairs room that was next to them. I'm like, this old woman has like these two, those two canes that you help her walk with, right? So you want to have the trouble to have her go all the way up and down these stairs with these two canes, and that's why they did whatever. She eventually takes the front room, the front room that's next to the front door, the front room. Which I would say that, yes, that does make more sense, That way she had more stuff to go through the kitchen and all that stuff instead of having to have the trouble just walking up down the stairs, Which, by the way, the front room, there was a place they're going to put the new baby in. I'm like, that's another thing. That's another factor in. So, instead of putting, you would rather have put your baby in the front room next to the front door instead of the room that's next to your bedroom. So you have to make the trouble to go all the way back up and down the stairs in case the baby's crying. I'm like, wouldn't that be such a hassle? But for the old lady, yes, it would make a lot of sense, to put her in the front room, right? Instead of just having her go up and down the stairs, So they bring her in, and the old lady. Okay, first of all. Now the film is boring. Okay, Brandy, I'm sorry, she sucks. Okay, I never thought of her as a good actress anyway. I still know what you did last summer. I can still watch it. It's not a good sequel. It's not. I mean, I can still watch it though, because it's not the worst. It's not the worst sequel at all time. It's not. I mean, I can still watch it. I mean, Freddie Prinze Jr. I still like. I mean, Jennifer Love Hewitt. She can still do the whole, what are you waiting for, She does the same thing then. You can't get me, Ben Wills, I'm right here. Doing that, I mean, but things like Jack Black and his dreads, of course, being the marijuana hippie that he is in that movie, kind of fits his personality how he is nowadays. Fuck Jack Black. He can kiss my ass now. But I really watch it. I still don't know what you did last summer. I mean, Jeffrey Combs in a nothing role, But Brandy, just like, she sucks, I mean, as an actress, I don't care about her. I never did. And the guy who plays her husband, he sucks. Like I said, he's a sissy. He's a wimp. He's a tool. He's a jack off, And then he also basically goes and does a flip-flop towards the end, which I'll get to that though. I mean, the best actress in the movie was Kathryn Hunter, who plays the old lady, the stepmom. The character's name, her name is Shalong. I mean, she was doing the best she can in this movie. She was. If there was any positive I can give out of this movie, was her. I mean, she did give a little bit of energy to it, being a little bit over the top, I would say, though, but she was doing the best she can. I mean, she did give a little bit of energy or a little bit of enthusiasm. Yeah, in an over the top fashion. But that's pretty much all I can say about this movie. But like I said, the film was a boring movie as well. But the thing is, though, but not only that I thought that Kathryn Hunter was only like kind of the best part of the movie, but of course they didn't have a thing where okay, which pretty much symbolizes the movie anyway, because there were times where she freaking shits the bed, not once but more than once. She shits the bed, and or she pisses the bed or pisses on the couch, and we get a whole lot of montages of the toilet being flushed more than once. That pretty much symbolizes this movie getting flushed this film down the toilet. That's basically that's what this film symbolizes. That's what I do. I like to flush this film down the toilet. As much as all of other A24's horror films. Flush all of them down the toilet. So great, that's what we get to see this film also. A lot of times the toilet being flushed, flushing the shit down, and the old lady shitting the bed now. And there was even a moment where the old lady, to Brandy, bends down and farts. At this point, I was like, you know what? I just wanted to freaking just raise my hands up and just surrender, please. I just want to throw my hands up, wave a white flag, and just freaking surrender. It's like this is how much more I could take from A24, you know. I mean, okay, so, but that's more on later. But so it shows us a montage of Brandy. Like, this woman. I mean, the guy is. She's controlling, you know. She yells a lot, especially, you know, and her husband doesn't have a leg to stand on, you know, with her stepmom. This guy doesn't have a leg to stand on. And then, of course, the whole racism part comes in because, the stepmom, she doesn't like that her stepson is married to a black woman. I mean, on that part was, to me, I thought that aspect was handled better in a film called Lakeview Terrace. Because it was kind of the same thing where Sam Jackson, he's a cop. He pretty much didn't like the fact that Patrick Wilson, in the film Patrick Wilson, you know, from other movies, you know, but his wife was black. And that kind of bothered Samuel Jackson a bit, you know. But at least thing is though, because first of all, Samuel Jackson is a much better actor though. But I thought they kind of played that whole part of him being the crazy neighbor, you know, was a little bit of him gave a little bit much better performance, you know. So that kind of aspect of that, you know, handled better in a film called Lakeview Terrace. But then of course there was a scene, of course. Brandy was telling her about this, you know, and of course, confronts her on that part, and Kathryn Hunter. I think Kathryn Hunter is much younger than how they made her old than they made her look. You know, I think it was some makeup effects that made her look much more older as an older lady. You know, because like whether she's in the shower or bath, you know, like she's like all skinny and stuff. You know, wherever they did, I think that was. Okay, I think it was decent makeup. I think that I looked up that she was she's a little bit in age, a little up there age, like maybe in her 60s, maybe. But I think they made her look a lot older than that, you know. So, okay. So maybe that's the whole thing I would give is making her much more older than she looks, you know. But the whole thing was like when Brandy was confronted with the whole racism part, and Kathryn Hunter goes and says, gets his napkin, like, and puts on her head and make her look like, you know, represent the hood of the Ku Klux Klan, you know, the KKK. Oh, look at me, and he's like acting like this. Oh, look at me, I'm in the hood, you know, and I'm a racist baby, you know that. And then that's when she goes and bends down and farts. Like I said, but the whole thing with the like the whole thing was something that was gonna play out something supernatural because they said that she had like this this great spirit within her, you know, like this Holy Spirit or whatever, and she's doing like this ritual and stuff like that, you know, like. Oh, by the way, she was like one of like descended from the Confederacy, I think it was. I'm like, great, yeah. And so, but the whole thing, like the trailer, I thought it was depicting like it was something supernatural. It's not. But yeah, for some reason, Brandy, she starts having these weird visions. You know, like there's like this vision. Maybe like she's just tired or whatever, you know. But she has these weird visions. Like she has like 6 nipples, and like the baby's sucking on them, and like. I don't get it. You know, why she was having these visions, I have no idea. And then after when the baby's born, there's this bite mark, and this is what I mean. Her husband is such a. I'm like, he was describing how evil and terrible his stepmom was. But then he just goes and does a total 180, and thinking, where this Weimar come from? And he was kind of like believing his stepmom now, like she wouldn't have done that, and that Brandy's the one who did it. I'm like, what is your backwards logic on this? Once again, he's such a freaking tool, and like I said, a freaking jack off as well. That's the best way I can describe this guy. He's a jack off. That's what he is. Yeah, I could say jackass too, but the term jackoff came to mind first. I'm like, you would rather believe your stepmom, who you described who was a terrible person, you would actually start to believe her over your own wife? And you think that your wife would do it? I'm like, what is your thinking, man? Okay? I'm like, this guy should. I mean, Brandy should have just divorced this guy. I mean, why would he stay with this guy who is such a sissy as well? And he would pretty much take his stepmother, so I described earlier in the movie, she was such a terrible stepmom, but you would rather believe her over your own wife? I'm like, fuck you, and Brandy should divorce your ass. I don't know why she would stay with this guy. I don't know why. But she doesn't. And then, like I said, it's not. It thinks you can believe something supernatural. It's not. Or something satanic. It's not. And plus, the film was never creepy. It was never creepy or scary or suspenseful anyway. And so, yeah, the only creepy thing in the movie was the only creepy or scary you could say was the old lady shit in the bed. That's your scary right there. And then they wake up, and the two wake up in the night, and they find that the mom is dead. Yeah, the mom is dead, and it cuts to years later, where she's now pregnant where Brandy's now pregnant with twins, and the other kid is grown up, a little bit older, and then it shows. Oh, this is supposed to be the shock value, right? Supposed to be like a shock value, like an A24 twist, right? Oh, because first it showed us that she was just dead, right? But it turns out when it's years later, right? In a flashback, Brandy suffocated her. Yeah, so Brandy killed the mom by suffocating her. Oh, what a shocking twist! Yeah, because we didn't see anything. We didn't see anything from before because they said she was just dead. They found her. They supposedly found her just dead. Oh no! But twist alert! Brandy killed her. She suffocated her. So this is like how you gonna cope with that? You know. Yeah. And she's still with her husband. So I'm like, why? I don't know why she just divorced his ass, you know? Jeez. So I feel like doing it on this movie too. Spit on it. This one, yeah, like like I said, the film was a boring movie. 2 lead characters I don't give a shit about, especially the husband. The most of all, like I said, he's a wimp, a sissy, a tool, a jack off. The best word I can describe him. Brandy. It goes to shows why she can't act, even years later, for what I've seen. She still can't, because a lot of times in the movie she's just basically, basically wide-eyed, open, like this. That's basically just for most of the movie. Wide-eyed. She's not spaced out though, but it's the wide-eyed spaced out look and expression, That's pretty she does pretty much most of the movie. Like I said, the best one of the bunch was Kathryn Hunter, who plays Shalong. Like I said, she was doing the best she can. She was pretty much like the best one of the actors of the movie. And like I said before, yeah, despite her doing a little bit over the top, at least she did give at least a little bit of energy to it. Trying to lighten the mood of this so-called boorish acting. At least she did the best she can. So positive I can give her. And I think even the bit of the makeup, make her look much more older than she was. Because I think she was a bit younger than they depicted her in the movie. So there's that as well, though. But a lot of times, a lot of times we're treated with her. She's just shit in the bed, piss in the couch, or piss in the bed, and just her on the toilet, then just flushing the toilet a whole bunch of times. That's basically the scariest part of the movie. Yeah. This woman probably just shits the bed more times than freaking Amber Heard with her. Yeah, the whole thing with the whole allegation with Johnny Depp. That she freaking shit the bed. I really think when it comes to that famous court, between those two, whose side would you pick? I would pick Johnny Depp. At least he only said words. He didn't physically do it. I mean, she did something. She freaking shit the bed. That's what she did. I'm glad she lost. Fuck Amber Heard. If I were there, I'd freaking spit on her too. No wonder she was not in freaking Aquaman 2. Yeah, because they hated her ass so much. That's why you didn't see her. I think I should. I must have missed it. That's why. But I think she was on Aquaman 2. If it wasn't, thank God. Jeez. That's the scariest part of the movie. If you want to call it scary, is the old lady shit in the bed. There you go. She shits more times than freaking Amber Heard did. But like I said, it was kind of. I thought it was gonna. Like I said, if you thought it was gonna be supernatural or like some type of satanic supernatural stuff, you're not getting that. Which I thought it was from when I saw the trailer. I thought it was gonna be like almost like a remake of Rosemary's Baby. It's not. So yeah, which I wasn't really big on the original Rosemary's Baby anyway. So, but it was just a boring movie. That's basically what it was. Nothing creepy or suspenseful. Except for the fact that the woman shit in the bed, like I said. A24, Jesus Christ, And yet there's another one that just came out. If anyone asks, I'm gonna wait on it unless I feel like it, but I've not. And there's a new one that just came out. It stars Hugh Grant. It's called Heretic. Now that's another one that got a lot of praise. So that one has a 92% 92 or 94% Rotten Tomatoes. Either way. That's another A24 horror film that got a lot of praise for. If anyone asks, no, not yet, okay? Unless I have the strength to do it though, but not now. I already did one right now, so that one's gonna have to wait. All right. Yes, so I know about the new one that just came out, Heretic. Hugh Grant's a good actor though, but I'm just gonna wait on that though, see how it goes. But at least this film, the front room, this film did not get praise at all. Thank God. The Eggers brothers, all you Eggers brothers, whether it's Max, Sam, or Robert, especially, get out of A24. Same with director Ari Aster. Get out of here, okay? Like I said before, A24, stop buying these horror films or producing these horror films, please. But I'm sure a lot of people are going to want me to review another one, so here you go. So yeah, a post-Halloween video on a film that was not scary at all. So that's my thoughts on The Front Room. Another one from frickin' A24. Hey, there you go, A24. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time. Later.